Life for All presents Daily Food Series Genesis, The Beginning. Title of Book 1, The Beginning, by Pedro. Week 4, The Beginning of the Restoration of the Earth. Thursday, Time and Light. Read with prayer. This is the message which we have heard from him and declare to you, that God is light, and in him is no darkness at all. 1 John chapter 1, verse 5. At the beginning of Genesis, we see God's original creation. Chapter 1, verse 1. What happened to the earth after Satan's rebellion and God's judgment, and the Spirit hovering over the earth's chaotic situation. Verse 2. It was in this context that God came to restore the earth by beginning with light. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Verse 3. Let us not forget that God does everything according to the counsel of his will. When God speaks, the word that comes out of his mouth is Christ. John chapter 1, verses 1 and 2. As we saw yesterday, Christ is the wisdom of God, the architect who designed all things according to God's will. Proverbs chapter 8, verses 12 and 30. When God said, "Let there be light," immediately there was light. The Spirit carried out what God said with great power, and light appeared. For God's work to be done, he must speak. And his word is not a mere suggestion or recommendation, but a command, an order. Psalms 33, verses 6 through 9. Let us not think that we are so capable that we can help God. He is omnipotent. God made extremely complex things and brought them into existence with a single word. It is important to understand that we are just channels that God uses to do his will, because then we will always have a humble heart. He does not need our power or ability. He has his own power, ability, and wisdom, Christ. The first thing God restored on the earth was light. Light is essential for the generation and maintenance of life. Without light, there is no life. This is especially true of sunlight, which is the basis for the existence of practically all forms of life on Earth. Light provides the essential energy for the biological processes of plants, such as photosynthesis, and in humans, the production of vitamin D. John, in his first epistle, tells us that God is light. Chapter 1, verse 5. In God, there is no darkness at all, because he is light itself. If you dwell in the light, then you already dwell in eternity. We know that when one reaches the speed of light, time is slowed down. Physicist Albert Einstein showed this in his theory of relativity. For us, time is constant. That is, we can count it. Space is also constant for us. A meter is a meter anywhere on the planet. However, Einstein proved that neither time nor space are constant, but rather depend on the speed at which one moves. Thus, the speed of light, which is approximately 300,000 kilometers per second, is the only constant in the universe. At the speed of light, time does not pass, and space changes. Hence, the only one who can live in eternity is one who is at the speed of light, and God is light. He is the only one who dwells in eternity. For him, there is no question of time, nor the limitation of space. Isaiah chapter 57, verse 15. In the Epistle of James, we read that God is the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow of turning. James chapter 1, verses 17 and 18. Why? Because for God, who is light and lives in eternity, time does not pass. The more we free ourselves from what is material and live in the Spirit, the more we will have the feeling of closeness to God and the impression of not being limited to space or time. We will be like Jesus, totally focused on doing God's will.